Hello everyone, welcome to the class. In previous lecture we started chapter 2 of history and name of the chapter is Socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. And we discussed the topic about liberals, radicals and conservative and about the industrial change and change in society and how the socialism came to Europe, right? And we discussed the meaning of socialism. It means there people demanded equal distribution of resources, right? So today we will continue with the topic how socialism affect the society of Russia. So let us start the topic. The coming of socialism to Europe. By mid-19th century, socialism was a well-known body of ideas. Socialists were against private property. They saw it root of all social ills. Propertied were concerned only with personal gain, not with the welfare of the public. More attention towards collective social interest. It means that socialists, they need more attention towards the collective social interest rather than the individual interest. Robert Owen from England built a cooperative community called New Harmony in Indiana. Louis Blanc encouraged cooperatives and replaced capitalists. Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels added other ideas. What were those ideas now? Profits of capitalists was produced by workers. So there should be, workers should be the actual gainers. Then the condition of workers could not improve as profit was accumulated by capitalists. As these capitalists, they just want to accumulate more and more wealth rather than to spend that profit on the welfare of the workers. Workers had to throw capitalism and the rule of private property. Workers had to construct a socialist society where all property was socially controlled. This would be a communist society. So this was about how the idea of socialism came to Europe. Now there are some bodies which supported socialism. So this topic is support for socialism. Following national or international bodies were formed. In 1870, Second International was formed to support socialism. Then in Germany, Social Democratic Party was formed. In Britain, Labour Party, and in France, Social Party was formed to support the socialism in these countries. Now the next topic is the Russian Revolution. The fall of monarchy in February 1917 and the events of October are normally called Russian Revolution. Beta, in this chapter we will read about the revolution of 1905, then we will read about the October Revolution and then February Revolution, and all these sequence of events, it is known as the Russian Revolution, right? So here the Russian Empire. At that time, how was the Russian Empire? In 1914, Tsar Nicholas II ruled over Russia, and this empire included Finland, Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, Poland, Ukraine. All these were the part of Russia. Russian Orthodox Christianity was in majority, but Catholics, Muslims were also there. So this was about the Russian Empire. Now the next topic is about the Russian economy and society. Economy means what was the earning system of people over there. So majority of people were agriculturists. About 85% population that was dependent on agriculture. And if we compare it with the other countries like France and Germany, there it was between 40 to 50%. It means in comparison to the other European countries, in Russia, more people were dependent on agriculture. So, and cultivators produced for the market as well as for their own needs. Industry was few. and industrial areas were St. Petersburg and Moscow. Craftsmen indulged in production and many factories were set up in 1890s when railway network extended and foreign investment in industry increased. At that time, coal production doubled and iron and steel 4 times. Then, most industry was the private property of industrialists. Government supervised to ensure minimum wages and to limited hours of work. In craft, units working days was of 15 hours in compared to 10 to 12 hours in factories. It means in craft units, working hours were very long. Workers were divided by skill. Beta here those were divided in skilled and unskilled worker. Whosoever workers they worked in the metal factories, those were called the skilled workers. Then women made up 31% of the factory labor but paid between 1/2 to 3/4 of a man's wage. Then despite divisions, whether they were divided in skilled and unskilled, but still despite this division, workers did unite to strike work, sometime against the long working hour or against poor working conditions. In the countryside, peasants cultivated most of the land, but nobility, crown and orthodox church owned large properties. Peasants, except in few cases, they had no respect for the nobility as they got their power through their services to the Tsar, not through local popularity. It means these clergy and church people, they were not popular among the public. And even in Russia, peasants wanted the land of the nobles to be given to them. For that, frequently they refused to pay rent and even murdered landlords. In 1905, such incident took place all over Russia. Russian peasants were different from European peasants. How they were different, beta? They pooled their land together and their commune and their head divided it according to the needs of the individual families. It means the agriculturists in Russia, they were already opted cooperative because they pooled their land and their commune, it divided the yield in the according to their work. So today we discuss how the industrial change took place over there and how the socialism came to Europe. Beta, if you will see that these just the setting up of industries and the poor working conditions of the worker, it will be the cause of the Russian Revolution. Hope all of you have understood the topic. Thank you and have a nice day.